Robbie thought he was just helping out around the house. Now he's tangled in a murder investigation, sitting in a police station. He's high, he's sweating, he's spinning stories. His stepfather's dead, money is missing, and every word Robbie says pulls him in deeper. This isn't just a chat. It's a slow motion car crash of a confession. Let's get into it.
I'm Detective Valentine. You're Robbie?
Yes.
Robbie, obviously you know why we're here. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you. Is that the name you like to go by? Is Robbie?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I understand that you came down, voluntarily, even though the police officers drove you. That's true?
Oh, the what?
The police officers drove you down.
Yes.
But you agreed to come down voluntarily.
Yes.
So you do understand you're not in police custody and you're not
Yes,
under
sir.
arrest for anything.
No,
Okay. And that was, the door was unlocked and you understand you're free to go at any time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we have a lot of stuff that we want to discuss. So this is Detective Stevens. You've met her?
I think she was at the house.
Okay. Let me start real quick. It's right now about 3:29 according to my watch. Let me get your first name. Is it Robert? Your middle name?
Earl
Earl. And your last name?
Peterson.
Peterson. P-E-T. And your birthday?
1264.
1264. Okay. Your home address?
12.
Cool. You have a cell phone?
254.
254-6. Well, Robbie, since you are in our police station, I am going to go over a rights form with you. But make no mistake about it, you're still free to go and you're not under arrest. People kind of get worried about that, but we're going over it because you do have certain rights, okay? Like I said, I have 329. How far did you get in high school?
I got my GED.
Okay.
Graduate.
So you can read and write.
Yes.
You taking any drugs or alcohol today?
No, I drank about a quarter of a beer. That was about it.
Today?
Yeah.
About what time?
Right before they pulled up.
I can't smell any beer on you.
I mean, I just maybe got 2 sips of it down, and then they pulled up.
So obviously, under that, do you feel that you're under the influence?
No, I'm just in a little state of
kind of upset.
No,
You don't appear to be that.
Quite. Huh?
Well, you don't appear to be under the influence. I mean, I don't even smell that alcohol.
I mean,
Okay.
I top maybe 2 sips. That's about it.
Okay. Why don't you read that top line to me?
You have the following rights under the United States Constitution. You do have the right.
No, I'm going to read the rest to you, okay? You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and to have the lawyer with you during any questioning. If you can't afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you do answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time and consult with a lawyer. You understand all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got any questions about it, ask me, but if not, just initial next to those and sign right there. Robbie, let me confirm this cell phone number with you. Tell it to me one more time.
6.
Which cell phone company is that?
Page Plus, I guess.
Page Plus?
Yeah, that's what the cards are about.
Oh, it's prepaid?
Yeah.
Do you have that phone with you?
No, I don't.
Where's it at?
Truck.
Oh, it's in your truck?
Yeah.
So, I haven't had the opportunity to talk to you yet, but why do you think that you're here? What do you think this is about?
I have no idea. Other than the man said that, my mom couldn't come, could me and my sister-in-law come.
Okay. But, I mean, what happened today? Why are the police at your house?
Because my stepmom.
Okay. And that's what I didn't know what all you knew. Did they tell you how that happened or what happened?
He just said that he didn't feel nothing.
Okay.
That's what the preacher man there said.
How do you feel? What do you think happened?
I have no idea.
None at all?
None.
When's the last time you spoke to your stepfather?
Last night.
At the house?
Mm-hmm.
In person or on the phone?
Yeah, in person.
Did you stay at the house last night?
No, I didn't.
Where'd you stay at?
I stayed at a motel, Master's Inn.
Master's Inn?
Uh-huh. Me and my girlfriend.
Okay. Do you know the room number?
3.
When will y'all do to check out?
I got it for 3 days, so.
Okay, so it's still a current room?
Yeah, still a current room.
So current for 3 days?
Uh-huh.
And why were you staying at the motel?
Because we was being intimate.
Okay. So you were trying to keep that away from...
No, I don't do that at my mama's house.
Okay. What's your girlfriend's name?
And,
Do you know her last name?
God, yes, but it went blank.
I understand. How long have you guys dated?
It's 3rd week.
3rd week?
Uh-huh.
Where'd you meet her at?
At house. On the west side.
Is she an employee there?
Yes. A waitress.
Waitress?
Uh-huh.
Which Master's Inn did y'all stay at?
The one J. Turner Butler.
JTB?
Yeah, it's on Mustang Road.
Okay. And how did you pay for that room?
Cash.
Cash. And so you've dated, she's a dancer or waitress?
Waitress.
Waitress.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a place you frequent?
No, not that much. I
just happened to be there and you met, and then now y'all are dating, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good. Is this going to be a long-term relationship, you think?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah, I hope so.
Good. How old is she?
She's 34.
34. Does she have an
Stratton, that's her last name. Yeah.
Does she have an actual address?
Cottage, yeah. She lives off the road there in an apartment on. I couldn't tell you right now.
Kingsbury Road on the west side?
A minute, I might think of it.
Okay. And so she lives in an apartment on Kingsbury Road. Does she have children or
she
anything
has
like
2 kids, an 8 and a 11-year-old.
Who would be with them if y'all were staying at the Master's Inn?
With her ex-husband's father's daddy's grandfather.
Okay, so there's a grandfather that watches the children?
Yes.
Okay. When did you leave the house on the court last night?
Must have been about 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
Yeah. I'd say 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there.
Where was Roy?
He's going to bed.
He's going to bed?
Yeah, he's going to bed. He goes to bed early.
Did he go to church yesterday?
Yeah, he went to church.
What time did he get back from church?
About 7:15, right around there.
Okay. Was in with you when you were over last night?
Yeah.
So, what was the plans? I mean, were y'all just there visiting, or
just there visiting? Me and him was outside talking, just joshing around.
You and Roy?
Yeah.
What were y'all talking about?
I was just Indian everything.
Well, I mean, specifically.
We was talking about. He's wanting to get we carry gun permit, concealed weapons permit. He wanted to get a concealed weapons permit.
Does he have a gun?
He's a retired police officer.
Yeah, but does he have a gun?
I imagine he has a service revolver.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I've seen
it. Does he normally carry it in his vehicle?
No.
No?
He don't carry it. Not that I know of.
Where would that service revolver be right now?
I have no idea where it would be right now.
Well,
it's between him and my mom.
Okay, so you don't know if it'd be at the house or in his car?
Honestly, no.
No? What car does he normally drive?
The truck.
The truck? Does he drive that to work?
Every day.
Every day?
Because he don't like the car because it's got tinted windows in it and he can't see out of it at night.
Okay.
So he pretty much, only give it to me, just right out.
Okay. What do you drive?
A red Ford pickup truck.
A red Ford pickup truck?
And the car.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And where does he work?
At where junkies go get their medicine at meth clinic.
The methadone clinic?
Yeah.
Have you ever been up there?
Yeah, I've been up there a few times. Just to see him and say hey.
Okay, so you were able to go and visit?
Yeah, I've probably been up there maybe 2-3 times at the most since he's worked there.
When's the last time you've been up there?
Last time I was there? God, I don't know, months ago.
Months ago?
Yeah.
You know anybody personally that goes up there?
No, he keeps that pretty much confidential. You know, I think he was. I don't know. This is just hearsay, bull BS. But why does he want a concealed weapons permit?
Right.
Why does he you know?
Right.
Either somebody booming him, scaring him, or something's up.
Okay.
You know.
Has he ever mentioned that somebody has?
Well, he's mentioned he's had problems. So I mean, if you bust a junkie and he don't get his methadone, of course he's probably gonna be pissed.
Okay.
We've talked about that kind of stuff.
Recently?
No, not recently.
Any specific person, or just a general conversation?
He don't mention names because it's supposed to be confidentiality kind of thing.
Okay. Just a general conversation?
Yeah, just general conversations, And then he was telling Mom somebody spooked him or something. I don't know. There was a lot of robberies and a lot of stuff going on around right there in the Emerson section. So I don't know. A lot of stuff was building up to him wanting to get that concealed weapons permit because he ain't never worried about it before.
Okay. And all of a sudden he is?
Yeah, all of a sudden he was. I mean, he got paperwork right there at the house. It was right behind the black officer that was standing there, Mom says it,
Okay. Other than the service revolver, do you know him to have any other handguns?
Not that I know of.
No. He ever go to a firing range or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
No.
Not since, he's retired.
In a normal week, say like last week, Monday through Sunday, did you stay at the house there on airport?
I'm there every day.
Okay.
I'm
Do you
there
stay
because
the
I
night?
take care of both of them pretty much,
Okay.
They're both old. My mom's got emphysema,
Mm-hmm.
He's in the hospital. I cleaned I shaved him, bathed him, put him in bed, cleaned grout joint,
So y'all get along well? Okay.
Yep. I did more for him than his own sons.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
Construction work.
Self-employed, or do you actually work for somebody?
Self-employed.
Did you work last week?
Yep.
Where'd you work?
Right there across the street from my mom's. We put a sign up on this man's house and windows in it and all. Same place I was today.
You said we, so there's other people?
Yeah, the guy that owns the house, and he's got a black dude that helps us out too.
Okay. So are you paid by the job, or are you paid hourly, or how are you paid?
I told him $10 an hour, but I'm sure he's going to give me a little extra because I'm doing a good job.
Did he pay you last week?
No, he didn't pay me last week.
So who would have paid you last week?
Nobody.
Okay. Well, I mean, and the reason I asked that is if you stayed at the Master's Inn, you paid for 3 days, you had to get that money from
I've got
somewhere.
money from other jobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other jobs would that have been?
Okay, I got a job I'm fixing to start out on the west side, 103rd and Ricker Road. It's my aunt's
Did you
house.
get a prepaid?
Huh?
Did you get prepaid
I got
on
money
it?
in advance on that one.
Okay. How much money there?
A couple grand.
Okay. What kind of job you doing?
Somebody went in there and they started putting a little addition on their house, and then they just up and vanished and left it all exposed, and now she's got a mess on her hands. So.
Okay. So this is your aunt?
Yeah.
What's your aunt's name?
Rundle.
Now, didn't she used to work up at the clinic?
Yeah.
Okay. What does she do now?
I sit at the house pretty much. That's about it.
She's got enough she can give you $2,000 as a prepayment?
Yeah. Well, actually, Mom loaned it to her.
Okay.
Because she's getting she's doing her house again. What do you call that? Refinancing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Now that we're on that subject, how does your mom and Roy, they support themselves? I'm assuming the methadone clinic isn't enough to
Roy's
support
got
himself.
he has a nice from the police department, and Mom retired from.
Okay, so they both get
Mom's on Social Security, and Roy was fixing to file for Social Security.
So they both get retirements as well as
they do good.
Safe to say that they give you money?
Yeah, man, of course,
Roy?
Yeah, both of them.
They both give you?
They have no problem doing that. I've never had no problem, if I needed whatever amount.
Okay. What's the most money they've ever given you at one time?
Well, let's see. He just loaned me $5,000 for my lawyer for child support.
Okay.
Going for DNA testing.
When was that?
Shucks. What month was this?
This is August.
July, June, April, May. It must have been around April, May, right?
April, May?
Yeah.
And that's the most money that he's ever given to you?
At one lump sum, yeah. I mean, if you add it all up, it could be $1 million.
I gotcha.
But that's recently the most lump sum I remember him.
Do they, obviously, if you live in the house and you kind of know what's going on, that's kind of why you're here, because we want to know, specifically what's going on. We were able to talk to some people, and it sounds like that there was something that was weighing on Roy's mind about his finances.
There's something that was weighing on him. I know he just loaned somebody at work $7,000.
Another employee at work? I
think so. Some Australians. Ain't been here but about a week or something. I don't know what that was about. And I think...
and this is at the methadone clinic?
I believe it is. They're supposed to
he gave an Australian guy $7,000?
That's what I understand. I mean, him and Mom got maybe,
What was the reasoning for that?
I don't know. They don't question each other on that kind of stuff. They just,
Mm-hmm.
they ain't got time to argue.
Who told you that it was $7,000?
I just heard them talking about it.
So...
hearsay, who say...
So you heard them two talking?
Yeah.
He didn't specifically tell you about it?
No, he didn't specifically tell me about it. I just happened to be in this room and heard it going on in that room,
How recent was this conversation?
I think he loaned $7,000 maybe last week, a week from now.
How many bank accounts does Roy have?
I don't know.
How many? Or which banks does he use?
He uses...
I know the credit union.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Just that one?
As far as I know, yeah.
Well, if he gave somebody $7,000, we'd be able to figure that out, huh? $7,000 that have to go in a check, or he had to withdraw it.
Yeah, my $5,000 was wrote on a check, so.
Okay. Any other banks that him or your mom use?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. So they have an account.
Yeah.
Where would they have most of their money at?
I don't know.
I mean, if you live there, you at least seen bank statements and stuff like that. You have to have an idea of.
I don't go to their mail.
Well, I'm not saying you. I don't think.
I mean, I don't know where their money is, honestly.
Okay. Have you ever heard them discuss a large amount of money that was moved from one account into another account, and now that money's strictly in your mom's name?
No, I haven't.
No?
I mean, I don't know them having any problems at all with money, okay?
Okay. Well, not like that they're needing it, but...
No, I mean, I don't even know that they have any problem. I mean, they ain't arguing or nothing, you know. They got plenty of money, I guess.
Okay.
Roy's always walking around talking he got plenty of money.
Right.
So...
Okay. Are these loans that he gives you, or are these just gifts?
Pretty much gifts.
Gifts? He doesn't anticipate or expect you to pay him back?
He'll tell you that, what I've done for him is priceless.
Okay. By helping take care of him?
Yeah. He in the hospital, he at home, wherever.
Right. Now, you said you have a truck, and what else? You drive?
Just a truck, so I drive his car.
I thought didn't somebody say that you had a motorcycle, or you have access to a motorcycle?
I have a motorcycle.
Do you have a motorcycle permit, or?
No.
No? You ever driven a motorcycle?
No, her.
Who's
her husband does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got a Harley Davidson and some dirt bikes and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he like to go to Daytona?
I don't know. He just bought the Harley Davidson. He ain't never even rode it. It got shipped to San Diego.
Because
Navy.
Oh. Well, I mean, does he ever go to Daytona for like bike week or anything like that?
I don't know.
Or
I haven't seen him go down. This motorcycle ain't moved out the garage. He just had it shipped to San Diego here a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. You ever go down there to bike week?
Not often.
No.
No. I went last year.
You went last year?
Yeah, this year, yeah.
Did you get anything while you're down there?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Got a jacket and a shirt.
You got a jacket and a shirt?
Uh-huh.
Jacket and a shirt from Bike Week.
Uh-huh.
That's it?
Yeah.
You went down to... That's not a complete
ensemble.
And some sunglasses?
Yeah.
That's not a complete ensemble there.
No.
Not a hat?
Yeah, I did get a hat.
You got a hat?
Yeah.
What did the hat look like?
I think it had like little flames on it. Yeah, it had flames on it. Yeah.
On where?
On the sides, I think.
On the sides?
Yeah, on the sides.
Just flames, or?
It's in the truck.
Huh?
It's in the truck.
The hat's in the truck?
Hat's in the truck.
How do you know the hat's in the truck?
Because me and Roy were sitting in the truck last night.
Oh, you were sitting in the truck with Roy last
Yeah.
night. When y'all were sitting in there,
We was joshing around the carport sitting
Your
in the
truck or his truck?
His truck.
and who was sitting where?
I was on the passenger side, he was on the driver's side.
Okay.
Because I called Mom and asked her, was my hat over there? And she said that Roy had found it in the truck.
So did you see it last night in the truck?
No, I missed it last night.
What do you mean you missed it?
When I got to the motel, I didn't have my hat.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning I called Mom to see where my hat was.
Okay. So well, why would you call your mom? You were over there working. If you were over there working.
Early this morning.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you were over there early this morning working, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. What time did you show up to work?
Let's see, I got over there probably 6:30, 7 o'clock. I sat around with Mom. And
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Why would you call and ask your mom about?
because I wanted my
missing-
hat for today, I couldn't find it.
So how'd you call her from?
Phone,
Which phone?
cell phone.
Cell phone?
Yeah.
So you called from your cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
You called from. Why didn't you just call from the motel phone? I'm assuming you were at the motel when you
Because
called.
I was
Right?
already coming down in my truck.
Huh?
I was already down in my truck. I couldn't find my hat.
Okay. So then you called her, and she said that she knew that the hat was in the truck.
Yeah.
How'd she
said,
know
Roy
that?
said I got Rob's hat.
She gets up that early with
Yeah.
him? Because I understand he gets up like 5 to 5:30.
I think it gets up about 4:30. He leaves about 5. But she sleeps in the chair right there. She don't
Uh-huh.
sleep in a bed because she has a phobia of laying down. So she sleeps right there in the chair by the telephone.
Well, let's think about this logically real quick. All right. If he found your hat in his truck and he showed it
He
to your
likes
mom,
that hat.
But if he
wants
showed
that.
it to your
He
mom-
wanted that hat.
but wouldn't it make sense that he would have went ahead and left it? I mean, obviously he can't.
No, not him. He'd aggravate me about it. That's what he'd do.
But he can't
He'd
keep
even
it 'cause-
hide it from me is what he would do.
But he can't keep it.
No,
right?
he can't keep it, but he would hide it from me. That's what he would do.
How'd you leave it in this truck?
Because we were sitting there just talking last night.
What were y'all talking about?
Like I said, different stuff, you know. And then I was asking him why did he want to get a gun permit and all that, you know. And he just was saying, you know, hey, well, I'm getting old and I'm just a little nervous about this. And I'm nervous about what? And he said, just things that's going on. And
Robbie, I can tell you care about him because every time you start doing something like that, you get emotional. This is kind of,
my daddy never had anything to do with me. This man did.
so I know this is hard for you.
But daddy's a sorry and he's the only one that ever did anything for me.
Well, Robbie, I'm sitting here carrying a conversation on with you, and I can tell that you got some intelligence about you. But what I try and do is I try and make everything as logical as I can. All right, and sometimes I get slow, and I have to have it spelled out to me. If you're sitting in the truck with your stepfather last night, and you're having a conversation, how would your hat suddenly get off your head, and then you get into your vehicle and leave the house with your girlfriend and not realize that? Because I'm assuming
He got
this
a
is
nosebleed last night.
He got a nosebleed?
He got a nosebleed last
In
night.
his truck?
Yeah.
How'd he get a nosebleed?
I don't know. His nose just started bleeding.
Okay. So did you give him the hat to stop the
No.
bleeding?
No.
Then
I grabbed some napkins and put it up there. And got him in the house. He kind of wibbly wobbly a little bit.
okay.
I guess that's when my hat came off.
So were you in the truck when the hat came off?
I was sitting on the passenger side. I come around the driver's side.
Mm-hmm. And
I said, "Your nose is bleeding." He like that, and then he just looked on Louie, you know.
Okay. So then your mom would remember him? Well, I would remember that then if he came in bleeding from the nose, right? Yeah. Is this a hat that you wear every day?
Well, yeah, pretty much. You know, he knows. He would do that. You know, he'd hide it from me just to make me hunt it.
But is that your special hat? Is what I'm trying to ask. I know.
I've got a couple special hats, but that's.
If I saw you 7 days in a week, how many days of the week would you be wearing that hat?
But I've been wearing it, because it's probably got sweat stains and everything. You know, I wore that sucker out since I got it.
Right. What? When you showed up at your mama's house this morning, 6:30 to 7, right? When did you go over and start working on that guy's house?
So, it's about 9 o'clock.
About 9 o'clock? And then you worked straight through until the police got there? You didn't have to leave and go buy some materials?
Yeah, no, I went back and picked up, I left her at the motel. Okay. I picked her up at the motel and then brought her back to the house.
What time was that?
11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you left the job, you went and got at the motel and you come back.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, I'm looking at you. You look like you got something on your mind. I think you do.
I just miss him.
No, I bet sometimes things don't always happen like they're supposed to, and they don't always happen like they're intended to.
I miss my stepfather bad.
I believe you miss your stepfather. I can tell because I'm sitting here looking at you, and I can tell that. But it sounds like he was at work today, right?
Yeah, I know he's at work.
You drive that.
Wasn't at home.
You drive that red truck, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you visit him at work today?
No.
You ever go up to Wacko's?
No.
You ever been to Wacko's?
No.
You familiar? They have a very extensive video camera system.
Yeah.
I mean, would you know that, or have you ever visited?
No, but I just heard.
You just heard
Roy
that?
says they have cameras all up down that building.
Does Roy have a cell phone?
No, Roy don't have a cell phone.
And you didn't see Roy this morning?
No.
Positive about that?
Yes.
Here's our concern. You said you were sitting on the driver's side of that truck last night, right?
I said I was on the passenger side.
Or I'm sorry, passenger side. So you weren't on the driver's side. You ever driven that green truck?
Drove last night to the store.
With Roy?
No, went and got Mom's lottery tickets.
Was that before or after you went to church?
It was after we went to church. That was after we went to bed.
After you went to bed, you drove the truck last
I
night?
went up to the corner and got lottery tickets.
A lot of paperwork in that truck?
He's just got his little stuff there in the middle.
Okay. Would you go, when you went to your mama's house, were you wearing those clothes?
Yeah.
This morning?
Yeah.
And you said that you made a phone call from your cell phone to your mom's early this morning before 6:30, asking her about the hat?
Oh, yeah, 6:30 around there, I believe so.
And then you showed up there, and you sat down and you drank some coffee with her?
Yeah. No, I didn't drink the coffee. I didn't say drink the coffee. She was sitting there.
I thought you said that y'all
She was sitting there nodding. After I found out about that, I didn't bother. I just sat there and watched a little bit of TV, waited for the man across the street.
What do you mean after you found out about what?
Her nodding. Oh, after I found out my hat.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you were to start your job at 9 o'clock?
Well, when I seen you out there in the yard, yeah.
Okay. And then why'd you go get?
Because she woke up. I called her. She was waiting when I come over.
Okay. But it doesn't even sound like you worked for 2 hours.
Well, it's only right down the street. It only takes me 15 minutes to get to the motel and back.
Okay, to the master's inn. Yeah. Was that guy there?
Who?
The owner. What's his name?
To the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was there working?
Yeah.
Or he was there while you were working?
Yeah. We went to the store one time.
Okay. You have a gun?
No.
No?
No.
When's the last time you fired a gun?
Oh, good God. 10 years.
10 years?
8 years.
8 years? Okay. When's the last time you've been around another person that fired a gun?
I try to stay away because I'm a convicted felon.
Okay. That's an honest answer, that you haven't been around anybody that's fired a gun recently?
Right.
Did you bathe last night?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you bathed last night and you haven't been around anybody that's fired a gun, did you take a shower today?
This morning. Early.
Before you went to your mama's house?
Yeah.
So, would you have any gunshot residue? I don't know if anybody has anybody ever explained to you before, when a gun fires, when all that residue comes out the barrel, the gases and all, the bullet comes out, but all those gases, you wouldn't have any gunshot residue on you, right? That you're aware of.
No.
Okay. So, what we're going to ask you, before you leave today, is to allow us to do what's called a gunshot residue kit, to make sure that you don't have any gunshot residue on you. Any issues with that?
No, I have.
Okay. So last night, you and Roy were sitting in the truck. Now, why would y'all be sitting in the truck to have a conversation?
But we walked outside and we was looking just, like when the sun going down, we just, we're always walking around talking.
Well, I agree with what you're saying, walking around and talking, because that's what I would do. I would walk around, we talk in the front yard, but I mean, you said you're sitting in the truck. Sitting inside the vehicle, that's kind of different.
I mean, we sat in this vehicle, we sat in that vehicle, he sat in my vehicle too.
Okay. But last night, did y'all sit in multiple vehicles,
No,
or did you sit in one?
Just sitting here because mine was parked across the street.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, why would y'all sit in this truck?
We're just talking.
Okay.
Just, general conversation. Just flop down. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Hey, how's it going?
Just a general conversation about him wanting a permit.
That, other things. How's it going, Rob? Is your girlfriend? You interested? How's she doing?
Mm-hmm. Do you have any injuries on you today? Anything on your hands?
No.
Let me see your hands. Well, you look like your hands have been washed.
No, they ain't been washed.
Yeah.
This rag right here that's wet.
Yeah, it's a wet
blowing
rag.
Snot.
Yeah, that's and you went back to the motel. You picked up, right?
Right.
And what'd you do after that?
Went right back.
Went right back?
Right, yeah.
And then just went in and sat with your mom? And then what happened next?
I sat and worked for a couple hours there, and then I walked back over right after lunchtime and opened a beer and was sitting down talking to Mom.
And then the police came up?
And the police came up.
So your hat was in the truck last night and Roy took it to work with him?
Yes.
And then last night y'all sat in the truck and y'all had a conversation.
He has a hat fetish. He's got like 50 hats, and he thinks everyone I get looks neat. He has to have. And he cons me out of them most of the time.
He cons you out of them?
Yeah, he cons me out of them most of the time. Sure does.
Well, has he ever been violent to you?
No.
No?
No. Roy was.
I know he's a retired police officer.
Roy was never a violent man, even when he was a police officer.
Okay.
He's just passing nice man.
Can he fight though?
I don't know. I've never seen him fight.
You ever seen him get upset?
Well, yeah, I've seen him get upset with the contractor, just that kind of stuff.
He ever get upset with you?
Yeah, when I did wrong, but it's just.
I mean, have you ever been fearful of Roy? I mean, ever thought that he was going to hurt you?
No, he's never raised a hand at me. I never raised a hand at him.
Ever threaten you with a gun?
Oh, no.
No?
No. No.
Well, that's the reason I asked. We're trying to make sense of everything that.
So am I.
Well, we're trying to make sense of what we're seeing today, and that's what we're seeing is kind of a concern for us. You ever heard the saying, dead man tell no tales? You ever heard that?
Yeah.
They do. And what they do is they tell us a lot. They tell us, what they were doing at the time they died, how they're positioned. People leave behind things like fingerprints and your skin cells and hair. And,
I watch that.
You watch all that
program
stuff
on TV.
The other thing is, if we do what we can, to try and piece together, the last few minutes, and we were told that he was going to go to the bank today about an issue with your mom over some money, and that your mom had been given a lot of that money to you. So that was one of our reasons to want to talk to you, is that he had decided that money was going to be placed in an account where she couldn't just give you money anymore. And it sounds like that was kind of common knowledge that he was going to do this, and that that was a concern of his. So
let's see, I was working at their house for a long time, helping take care of them and all that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And sure, my mom was helping with child support and all that stuff, but I was helping there too. So, building them a little building on the back of the house and all.
Right.
So, it equaled out.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So then,
I mean,
he probably still should be giving you some money then.
Yeah. But I mean, he gave me $5,000.
But have you heard what I'm talking about? Does that kind of make sense? That he's, I can see where your mom, you're her son. As far as she's concerned, his money is her money too, and what she wants to give you is her business. You agree with that?
Well, he never had no problem giving me money.
Okay, but if it was characterized to us that he wanted to make sure that your mom didn't have access to a specific bank account that had a lot of money in it, so she wouldn't just be giving you, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, are you aware of that conversation? Are you aware of that conflict?
Well, didn't know that was going on.
Well, apparently several people are, and that's what's kind of, wanting us to be able to talk to you today. And then there are things in that truck today to suggest that you'd been in that truck today.
No, just last night.
Okay, but last night's last night.
Right.
We're looking at today after he got off of work.
Right.
Yeah, and that's our concern. Have they told you where he was found?
I don't remember if they did.
So you don't know?
No. Right
now, over in the cemetery. Do you know anybody over near that cemetery?
No.
You ever been in that cemetery?
I don't know which cemetery you're talking about.
Over near his work on Beach Boulevard.
One across the street from Coons, right?
Right. No, well, not. It's on the same side as Coons.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know what
you ever been in that cemetery before?
Yeah, been in that cemetery.
For what?
I don't know. Turn around, I guess. But I know which cemetery you're talking about.
Okay. Well, knowing which cemetery you hadn't, why would you? If you'd been in there, you wouldn't be in there to turn around.
Yeah. Turn around. That was it. Hell, that was a long time ago.
Okay. So you've been in that cemetery before to turn around. You haven't been there today.
No.
You haven't been there yesterday or last week or the week before.
No.
And where are all your personal belongings at right now?
On the personal belongings? Probably on me.
Clothes, stuff like that.
Oh, they're probably at the motel.
At the motel?
Most of it's at my mom's, and just my little, what I want to carry with me at the motel.
When you took a shower this morning, where'd you take a shower at?
Motel.
Motel. At your mom's house? Did you change clothes at your mom's house? You have any issues with us looking in your motel room and your mom's house?
No.
No issues at all?
No.
Let me see if I have one. If not, Detective Stevens will grab us one real quick. Lo and behold, I have two of them. We're going to do what's called a consent to search. And it's Robert, right?
Yeah.
See, I already lost some space. I want to make sure I get your last name right. Stevenson, or I'm sorry, Peterson. Peters. Okay. Robert Peterson. You want to get me the address to the master's den? You don't have a room key on you?
No.
No.
What are you looking for?
I was hope sometimes you can get the exact address and or the master's in. What room number?
I mean, what are you looking for?
Huh?
What are you looking for?
What do you mean? What are we looking for? Anything to maybe give us an idea. You know, we want to also. Our obligation is in these investigations that if any information comes to light, like we were just talking about this possible conflict between you and Roy about money, what we have to do is we have a twofold obligation. Number one, if you had anything to do with his death, well, we need to figure that out. And if you did, but sometimes the better part of that is to figure out why. Sometimes it's usually not as clear-cut or as bad as it would seem. The other thing that we have to do is to exclude you, which means that when we do identify who had something to do with his death, what we have to be able to do now is to say that it was that person and it definitely wasn't Robbie.
Right.
Okay?
Well, I mean,
and the only way we can do that is to say that we did.
It's between me and you now, okay? There's only one thing I'm worried about in the motel room.
Okay.
Okay.
What's that?
Man, it's only me and you, man. Okay? It might be a little bit of residue on the plate.
Okay.
All right. I mean, if you'll bust me for that, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, if there's residue on the plate, we can't say specifically that was yours, right?
Okay, but I'm just letting you know. That's the only reason I asked you what was you looking for. You know?
Well, we're looking for anything.
I mean, hey, give it to me. I sign. I ain't got a problem with it. Okay. That was the only reason I asked that question.
I got you.
Okay. You know, me and my girlfriend, we was just.
Okay.
I'll be straight up with you like that.
I understand.
I mean, there ain't nothing in there. It just.
Well, like I said, we want to be able to exclude you.
Will you be there?
Huh?
Will you be there? Okay, so I've done told you about this, okay? So can we, just maybe do that between me and you?
I gotcha.
Okay, thanks, man.
And where's your truck located at right now? What year's your truck?
95, still across the street from my mom's right now.
A 1995?
Uh-huh.
What?
It's 95 F-150.
Ford
Uh-huh.
F-150. Red Ford F-150.
Yeah.
You don't know the tag number, do you?
No, I really don't. I mean, it's only a red truck over there.
What's that address again? 12 what? Penny. That address?
49. Red. You want me to get the tag number for the truck?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Is it registered to you?
Yes, ma'am.
What's that room number? All right. Well, we'll go over the form while she's it's going to be two forms because it's two locations, but one is your mama's house at 12, and we're going to also search your 1995 red Ford F-150.
Now, I'm not giving you permission to search her house. I mean, you search my room.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I can't give you permission to search her house.
She can give us permission to that, but more specifically, we're worried about what you
Okay.
And then, of course, the other is the Master's Inn.
All right. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to read the form to you. I, Robert Peterson, do hereby authorize Detective DJ Valentine,
That's you.
That's me, and such other law enforcement officers as he or she may designate to assist to conduct a complete search of my person and or the premises located at the Master's Inn, Thing Road, number 3, and what would be your personal property at 12 Fort and your vehicle, 1995 red Ford F-150, that Detective Stevens is going to get your exact tag number.
Right.
That's now located across from 12 Court. I further authorize such law enforcement officers to open and search any bag, purse, or handbag, package, glove compartment, console, storage compartment, vehicle trunk, or any other contents or container found in or on said person, premises, or motor vehicle, and to take from said person, premises, or motor vehicle any contraband or evidence of a crime found therein. I have been advised that this search is being conducted in connection with a criminal investigation.
We're talking about this crime.
Exactly.
Okay.
I have not been promised any reward of any type and have not been threatened in any manner. I am giving this consent voluntarily with the knowledge that any evidence found may be used against me in criminal proceedings and that I have the right to refuse to give this consent. You understand that? And
Yeah.
we're talking about in the death of Roy.
We're talking about death. No problem with it, man.
That one right there too. It's the same exact form, and you're more than welcome to read it over. It's just two different addresses. And when Detective Stevens gives that tag number while you're sitting here, we'll add that in too. All right. Roy, this is what we got to kind of recap and go back over one more time. Obviously, you care for your stepfather. I don't think that's an issue. There is reason for me to be concerned that you were in his vehicle today. That's the reason you're here. We want to determine if in fact you were with your stepfather at some point today. If you met him to go have a discussion about something, and what's going to happen is either you're telling me the truth and that you have no idea about anything that took place today, that you weren't with him, that there's not going to be a little speck of blood of his anywhere on your person, anywhere in your room, anywhere at your mama's house, anywhere in your truck. None of that's gonna be. So assuming that all that's true, we have to agree to this. If something bad happened out there today, and that there was some kind of conflict between you and your
bad happen, but it wasn't me.
Okay.
Nothing to do with me.
But if it did, we have to agree that.
Excuse me.
So far, you're saying that it couldn't have been the result of an argument. Right?
There's nothing went on.
Okay.
Nothing.
Your stepfather has not threatened you with any weapons?
No.
Okay.
Never, ever. He's never raised a hand at me.
And more specifically, not today?
Never. Not today, not yesterday, and I wish not tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. And outside of, do you have any cuts on you?
None. I got a little scratch right there that itches. That's about it. You know.
Is that blood? It doesn't look like it's really been bleeding.
No, it ain't been bleeding. Not been bleeding.
Okay.
It's just a dry spot I scratched.
So there's no reason. Last night you said he had a bloody nose.
Yeah.
At his house. Were you wearing these clothes last night?
No, what these clothes last night?
What clothes were you wearing?
Probably at the house, at the motel room.
Okay. Which clothes were that?
It'd be a pair of jeans and a shirt laying on the floor by the end of the bed, probably.
Okay. Did he get any of that blood on you?
No, well, on my hands, that's about it.
Okay, but none on your clothes?
No, on my clothes, man.
What was the reason for the bloody nose?
I don't know. He was just sitting there, we was just sitting there talking, and he just went to run. He didn't know I was running. You know, he just...
Was it a lot of blood?
It ended up being quite a bit, you know. I mean, I had my napkin full there.
Okay. Roy, you're being honest with me, right?
Yes.
Because my concern is you're right. That hat is there.
I know my hat's in his truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I know my hat's there. That's what he would do. He'd probably taken stuff behind the seat or in the glove compartment, hide the dang thing from me, you know?
No.
Because he liked my hats. I mean, he always talked me out of them.
Were these the shoes you were wearing last night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These shoes I always wear. These are my babies here. They keep my feet feeling good. I don't go nowhere without these.
Okay.
Would you like to look at them too?
Well, part of our responsibility is to exclude you as well as include you.
I agree with you 100%.
So what we'd like to do is definitely take your clothes for examination to make sure. Yeah, because that's the clothes that you're wearing. Those would be the clothes that you're wearing specifically today.
Or you want to change it?
Yeah, we'll definitely get you some clothes. What we may even do is get you some clothes from your house and run them back out here. And let you change out.
Oh, so I'm not going with you?
No, I mean, because they're going to do what we call a forensic search. You know, they're going to be looking for anything microscopic. So it's not like just walking in and doing a visual search. But we'd like to get some clothes probably from your mom's house. Where would your clothes be at your mom's house?
I'm a virgin.
Okay, so we'd probably get you some jeans and stuff from there.
Yeah.
Were you upset at all when you returned to pick up?
When?
This afternoon or this morning when you went to go get? No. So there's no reason to suggest that she thought you were upset. Anything?
Yeah.
Did you take a bath or shower? No. Not when you went and got her. How long were y'all there that time?
Long enough for me to tell her let's go. You know.
Okay. So, did you go to the bathroom? Do you remember?
Probably took whiz. You know.
Okay. Well, go ahead and sit tight for a few minutes.
There's any way I can have a cigarette?
Do you have any with you?
I got one on me.
Okay. Give me a few minutes, and because we just it's not that
walk out by the fountain or something.
Well, it's not that you can't. The big deal is that we have controlled access. To the sheriff's office. Right. So it's not that we're making you have to stay here. I know, and we're not making you. It's not that we're telling you can't walk out, but we're saying it's the controlled access. So we have
Somebody
to coordinate
needs to walk
that.
Me out. Okay,
exactly.
I appreciate it, please.
And we want to be able to somehow figure out. We want to protect your clothing as much as we can.
Oh well, cool.
So, the better we do that, it protects you as well as it protects us, and it gives us an idea. Okay? So let me see how we can coordinate that. You need anything right now?
Just to smoke that cigarette, please.
Just smoke a cigarette. Now the door's going to be unlocked, so you're not locked in. If something comes up that you need to ask a question, just stick your head out the door. And ask us real quick. All right. That tag number is not going to be on here, but we know specifically it's the Ford F-150 that's red, that's across from your mama's house, that's registered to you. Okay. That's the truck that we're talking about. Okay. Give me a few minutes, okay? Hey, Rob.
Amen.
I understand your patience, my friend. You all right?
A headache.
Got a headache? Like I said, what we talked about before, our big deal is to include you or exclude you, right? And you agree with that, right?
Yes.
And we understand your patience. You've been a trooper so far. You haven't asked to leave. Even though that you can leave. What we like is, in order, when we're processing the truck, like you said, you saw all the TV shows and all, right?
Yeah.
Well, when we do all the processing, we do try and have samples from everybody that's had contact with the vehicles. That way, whatever we find, we can exclude and include them. Then we can test for known samples. Well, so what we want to do is go ahead and get some DNA samples from you. Okay?
What do you mean?
Means it's actually a very easy process. We're gonna actually two things. We're gonna ask you to pull out some strands of hair, and we're gonna put that in an envelope, and then we're gonna ask you to take these little swabs and rub them along your cheeks or inside, and then we're gonna do that. That way we have them.
You already been to the motel?
No. Officers are two officers are gonna go out there and stand by waiting for me to drive out there.
Well, when can I leave?
You're free to go at any point. What we'd prefer, though, is
you want to do some kind of thing on my hands or something. You want these breeches, right?
Right.
Well, you got me some more clothes.
And that's what we. Obviously, your mama was upset.
I want to go see my mama. I'm upset.
And we want to give you that opportunity to go see your mama.
Okay, then. That's what we need to. I mean, I'm not rushing things. Let's get on the ball. I'm complying. I want to go see my mama.
I agree, Robbie. And we're trying to get this stuff done too, because we're here all night. It's Robert Peterson, right?
Yeah.
I, Robert Peterson, have been advised that law enforcement officers wish to take DNA samples from my person. Hereby authorize Detective DJ Valentine, that's me again, and other officers as he may designate to assist him to take such samples as needed. I have been advised that taking such samples is being conducted in connection with a criminal investigation. I have not been promised anything, and I have not been threatened in any manner. I am giving this consent voluntarily, with the knowledge that any evidence obtained may be used against me in any criminal proceedings that I may stand accused. I have been advised that I have the right to refuse to give this consent. You agree with that?
I hear you.
Okay. Sign right there.
I would like to go see my mother, though. I'll give you the shoes, clothes, and all if you got something somewhere you can give me.
Yeah, we may even see if your mother would drive down here.
No, my mother won't leave the house. She freaks out leaving the house.
Okay.
Unless I'm driving.
Okay.
And then, well, normally we drive in the green truck.
Now, I'm not going to pull your hair because I'm going to ask you that we're going to.
One there. Did it go?
Nope, it's right there on your finger.
In there now? Floating around, huh?
I don't think it ever.
I ain't got much.
At least you're going to the thick parts.
Ain't nothing coming out. I got some healthy ones back there.
There you go.
Yeah. I want you on another one.
Well, we'd like a couple in there, and then we're going to put a couple in another envelope.
Now come on.
There you go.
You got a pair of scissors? Just pulling them out something else.
And there's the purpose. The purpose for pulling them out is
want the roots, huh?
We want the roots. You do watch some good TV, so if we can get two in here, we'll be good.
Where's your 5 or 6 of them? How about that?
Matter of fact, and I think I saw a good bulb
There you
on
go.
that one. There you go. All right. there's that. Now here's this. We're going to open this up.
1, 4, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What I'm going to have you do is open your mouth, and I'm going to swab right along your cheeks. There. That's good. I'm going to put that one in there. I'm going to do it one more time. Where would your clothes be in your...
Why don't you just ride with me there and I hand you these clothes? I mean, I'm getting a little concerned about my mother.
Okay.
Okay? How about that? I'll take them off as soon as we get there. Before I even go, I'll sit right there at the table. You go through the room, do whatever you want to. When you through with the room,
Well, you know,
can
I
bring
would
your
rather
clothes
you
out.
go be with your mom
you know.
and not worry about, you know, what's in your room or
I mean, you
standing
can
by.
go through the room
I'm
first,
saying
and then
standing
I'll
by.
get the clothes. You know.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm worried about you being with your mom rather than you standing by and waiting for us to get finished with your room. When you say you don't want to wait a couple more hours.
No, I don't.
Okay.
And
so
the other thing, we're the logistical thing of, you know, they're still out there on the at the actual location where your stepfather is.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of getting everything done in the manner that it has to. Now, I want to clarify some points with you from the earlier conversation. You said that, what time do you think that you showed up to your mom's house last night?
I don't actually know exactly. It was right after.
Well, ballpark.
I don't know. I can't tell. The ballpark, anywhere from 7 to 9.
7 to 9.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend was with you?
Yeah.
How long did y'all stay?
I know Roy was home from church, so
Okay, so it's
must
after
have been
Roy's-
right there. It's between 7 and 9, right in that range.
Okay.
I mean,
And your girlfriend was with you?
Yeah.
How long did y'all stay?
a little bit.
What's a little bit?
I mean, 30 minutes to an hour, like that.
Okay. Did y'all eat dinner or anything?
No.
Your girlfriend go in?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, she was in.
She-
Yeah, she was there because yeah, we was all there.
Okay.
I mean, we're always walking.
But I mean, all set inside the house.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all sat inside the house, and you said you went to go get lotto tickets, right?
Yeah, about 9:30.
Did you go get the lotto tickets by yourself?
No. With me, we went up to the BP on the left-hand side when you get to Beach Boulevard right there.
Which vehicle did you take?
The green truck.
The green truck?
Yeah.
Okay. And that hat we were talking with you about,
Yeah.
has she ever seen you wear that hat? Yeah.
Everybody's seen me wear that hat.
Okay. And that's she didn't see you when you got up this morning to go to your mom's house.
And she was groggy. She's seen me, but
Yeah,
you
I
know.
mean, she okay. She saw you, but did she pay attention to what you were wearing and all
I
that good
doubt it
stuff?
very seriously. I mean,
Now,
you don't take much attention. Yeah, leave me alone.
now, we spoke to her. She actually, came down. We talked to her. She says that y'all were only at your mama's house for 10 minutes. That she sat in the truck the entire time.
It was just a while.
She said she never went in last night. She sat in the truck for the entire time. Y'all drove the red truck to go get the lotto tickets,
She's confused.
and that she's never seen you wear that hat.
Yeah, I wear
She
that.
says that
That's
you
my
wear
hat.
you wear a kind of a round hat that's got a silver band around it.
Yeah, I got one of them too. I got a
She
couple
said
of
that's
them.
the only hat that she ever sees you wear.
Well,
No?
undoubtedly, I don't know. I guess y'all got her freaked out or something.
No,
She's
no.
scared. But I'm telling you, that's my hat. I'm telling
And
you,
I'm
that's
not-
my hat.
And Robbie, I'm not
Okay.
arguing with you. don't
I mean,
mistake
I'm sorry it's where it's at, but that is my hat.
Right.
Okay.
And don't mistake.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make no excuses or nothing. I'm just telling you, yes. I mean,
Right.
yeah, I got a work hat I wear that she sees me most of the time in.
Right.
You know.
And I'm not arguing with you. All I'm saying is that if you say one thing and then she says something else, then what's my obvious?
And y'all got me down here, and she's probably scared.
But what's my obvious thing I have to do?
I know exactly.
I have to clarify with you, right?
Exactly.
So that's why I have to ask you again. So she's mistaken. Y'all were there 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Y'all took the green truck, not the red truck, to go get the lotto tickets. And
I believe, yeah.
And she was inside last night. Now, she thought this morning when you came back, actually
now let me tell you, last night she was, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now.
I thought she remembered.
Let me ask you this. How much cocaine did y'all use last night?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, roughly, how much did you spend?
Why do you even bring that up? I mean, it's between me and him, and now you're bringing this up. And then my mom finds out, you know what's going to happen?
Robbie, listen. She told us about it.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever's said in this room is between us, okay?
Well, it was quite a bit, okay?
Well, I'm trying to understand why she'd be so groggy, and maybe her story's a little bit different from yours. So, I mean, if y'all...
Well, we drank a lot, too.
Okay. How much did you... What were you drinking?
Well, see, now you got me drinking and driving.
No.
No, I don't, because I didn't see you do it, okay?
All right. Well, we probably drank a good case.
Of...
Natural Light is at the motel.
Okay.
I mean, beer cans and empty cases are there.
Okay. Was it powder or rock?
Oh, no rock.
Okay, it was powder?
Yes.
What'd y'all go buy?
Huh?
How much did y'all go buy?
Well, if I go buy, I usually buy a quarter.
Okay. And y'all snort all of it?
Well,
you snort it or smoke it?
No, don't smoke.
Snort it?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all snort all of it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So,
and she said y'all bought that yesterday?
Yeah.
So by the time you got to your parents' house, had you snorted all of it and drank the whole case, or was that later?
No, that was in between.
Okay, so you hadn't done that yet.
No, we'd done some, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not all of it.
When you got to your folks' house, how many lines?
I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. I mean, when you're partying, you don't count the lines. You just
do it.
Yeah, you just do it.
And y'all stayed there Saturday night too, right?
Huh.
Yeah. Did she work Saturday?
No.
No.
She's off Saturday night.
You normally go up there and sit with her when she.
Sometimes.
She
not
works.
all the time. Most of the time I don't, because I don't. It bothers me, so.
Right.
It's best I don't.
Now,
she can't do her job with me sitting there.
I wanted to clarify this point too. Well, I understand that, I'm with you on that one. When you returned this morning to go get her at the motel room, did you call her or did she call you? You remember?
We would call her.
You believe you call her just to make sure she was awake? Did you call the room or did you call herself?
I call herself.
Now, when you showed up, do you have direct access to the motel, or did she have to come down and open it?
She come down and opened the door because the door was busted back there in the back.
Okay, so then y'all went back up to the motel. So then she had to use her key to get back inside.
Yeah.
So when she got back inside, and she seems to think she remembers you taking a shower.
No, I didn't take a shower.
You didn't take a shower. Okay, so then that's just
took a leak and brushed my teeth
and left. Okay, so then that's just a clarification for her. Yeah, well, she says you're like that too with showers too. She says you'll take several showers.
I do take lots of showers.
Yeah,
you know.
She says you're clean like that.
Yeah.
So, man, there ain't nothing wrong with that. So,
I
I know some people that are like that.
Hey,
you know,
we was having sex, all right. I'm a major condom man, okay. When we was having third time we had sex, bam, condom broke. I freaked out, okay. Cause I'm freaking out. I don't have unprotected sex, you know. So, I mean, I'm just.
Nowadays you can't.
That was this morning.
No,
I was about to say.
No, not last night. It was 3 weeks ago. I'm just saying, you know. But that's the way I am.
Right.
You know, about my personal hygiene. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Some people are like that, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah. I wish I could take 4 or 5 showers in a day and get away with it.
Well,
probably
take
too.
No 4 or 5 showers.
I'm probably too lazy.
One in the morning, one at night most of the time.
Okay, so then she's just mistaken that you would have taken a shower when you picked her up this morning. Okay, you didn't take a shower.
No, this morning I did. Early this morning.
Prior to you going to your mom's, you said that was like between 6:30 and 7 that you got to your mom's house.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So, but not when you came back to get her. Do you have a time frame that you think that you went to go get her?
I told you somewhere around, 10:30, 11 o'clock right now.
Okay, so after, when she come and let you in the back door, and then y'all walk back up, and she swiped the car
Well, the
key.
key will tell you, the key swipe will tell you, it's,
Was
smart
that
locks.
the last time that y'all used that?
Yeah, smart lock will tell you exactly when it was swiped.
Okay, and you're exactly right.
I worked in my town.
So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how many times that you would have come in and out.
Well, that would have been, I don't know how many times she did, but I don't think she moved out of bed, but I think that was probably the only time today.
When you got downstairs, did you have to call her to say I'm here?
No, she's waiting on me.
Oh, she was waiting on you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, which in that doesn't even require a smart lock then.
What?
When she leaves the room, that's just opening the door and walking out.
Yeah.
So it's not until she comes back.
Until we both came back in because I had to use the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
And this guy, Mickey,
Yeah.
that's your boss. Y'all didn't start until around 9, you think?
It was about 9.
Okay.
Then he,
and that's
went to
his
the
house?
store. Yeah.
So y'all are putting siding on his house?
Yeah.
And there's another black guy that works with y'all?
Works with him. So.
But he's paying you like an independent contractor,
Right.
And then this other guy's working for him also. Is he also doing siding?
Who?
The black guy.
No, they're learning it. I'm teaching them how to put it on.
So you've done this before?
Yeah.
It's just like is that your specialty?
Look at my mom, behind my mom's house. I built that thing for Roy back there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So construction work overall is your specialty. So you don't. It's not like you just do concrete or just carpenter
No, I
work.
do it all around.
So you built that whole thing?
Which in the back of my mom's? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Why, did you see it?
No, but it's been described to me, and even apparently he's talked about that at some of the co-workers. That there's a room addition, or I think he described it almost as a laundry room kind of thing.
Laundry room. He's gonna make an office out of it.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you actually are the one that built it. But right now you're working for this guy. When do you start your next project?
As soon as I finish this one. I bidded one the other day for another guy over off Atlantic Boulevard. Do some electrical work for him.
What's the time frame that you're going to finish up at his house?
Oh, I probably could have finished today. The worst of it.
So then you'll finish probably tomorrow?
I hope so.
I mean, one day's worth of work.
Yeah, one good day's, I hope.
You're done. All right, so somewhere around 9 o'clock you start, and then whatever the smart lock says, that's when you showed up to actually get her. And then it was just driving time from there to there. Did you stop anywhere in between? Get gas, buy cigarettes? Because, like I said, part of that is, if you'd stopped somewhere and went and bought you some cigarettes, man, that helps.
I couldn't tell you. Right offhand, I can't remember. I got such a brain lock and a headache right now. It is killing me.
Right.
So.
You want a soda?
Huh?
Or a Gatorade?
No, I'd like to see my mom.
Okay.
To make sure she's doing all right.
Well,
I
know
you have what I got on. You have whatever's in the room. I just want to see my mom, man.
I know.
Okay, that's my.
Have they went over what you have in your pockets yet with you, so we can at least write down and just say what you have? Why don't we do that? We just want to be able to say what your contents were.
Broke cigarette.
So this is your right pocket.
Yeah. Left pocket.
Right front pocket. So right front is what, $26?
Yep.
Look at you with all that money all over your pockets. You got to carry that in your wallet, man.
It falls out my wallet. Look at my wallet. It's wore out.
Do you mind counting that for me? Are these? No, these aren't to a Ford.
No, they're Chevys. It goes to the green truck. I carry a set all the time.
Okay.
Carry a set to Thunderbird too. I don't have it there in my truck.
Let me go with some change first. That's $75.
More than I thought I had.
$75. 85.95. So 201 and change. Wait.
I need to straighten it up anyway.
25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 96. That's $1.96 and change. Terrible when it comes to counting money.
$22.
$22. Two lighters. And Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Yep. For this?
Yeah, how many? There's, what, 3?
Mm-hmm.
Few pieces. And your wallet.
Yep.
You mind if I take a look?
Go ahead.
That was your back right or back left?
Yeah, it varies. Back to back.
So just normal check cashing, ID, all of this.
You got garbage in here, do you?
No, but we can wait for some away. Wait, do you need something thrown away? Or?
There's cigarette butt that was in my pocket. I guess I can throw it away later.
Just leave it on the table. We'll throw it away.
Did you buy something? A watch?
Yeah, I bought a watch and my battery's dead in the doggone thing.
Twice? Now who are these?
That's my sister. And that's the one that
That's your sister?
Yeah, it's my sister.
No, she's kind of young.
Well, that's my daddy. My real daddy. He's a dog.
Gotta. What do you want to say that way? Was that a black wallet, right, or was it brown? Brown? Brown leather. Nothing else in your pockets?
Nope, that was it.
All right. Let us go see if we can fulfill some of those wishes of what we're wanting is somebody that'll actually. The reason we want to do it here, and we haven't asked you to take it off yet, we want to package them with an evidence technician.
What's an evidence technician out there? Let's do it. I'll ride with you. You'll see I'm not going to wash my clothes or change them or try to brush them off or anything.
I understand. Let us see if we can get that into works. You said you want that in the trash?
Yeah.
All right, so give me a few minutes, okay, Robert?
Thank you.
Is that a cigarette butt from what the officer gave you?
No, that's the one I brought with me, but it broke.
Oh, okay.
You changed spots on me.
Hey.
Oh, you eating your gum? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the best. This is what we're wanting to do. Obviously, we've been good so far. I understand you'll go see your mom.
Yes, I do.
That's we got to start the process, right? Of doing what you've already consented to, what we've already said. So this is what we're going to do. We're not going to go straight to the Master's Inn. If you hang out here to give us time, it's a procedure thing that we've just discussed with our supervisors. Yeah, if you went out there, would we get the clothes? But it's the photographs and the actual collecting of the clothes has to be done by an evidence technician.
Of what clothes?
Of these clothes.
So have him meet me at my mom's. I don't want to go to Masterson. I want to go to my mom's.
No.
Listen.
Then let me take them off now and hand them to you.
But
That's
then
the
you're
problem.
naked.
Go get me some greens over there or something.
But then you're naked.
Flip-flops. All right, I want to see my mom.
I understand that.
Okay?
But this is what we're going to do.
What time it is? I didn't even know it was that time until I looked out there a while ago.
But this is what we're
Now I'm
going to do.
freaking.
Well, don't
We're
freak.
I am, because I want to see my mom.
Robbie, this is what we want to do. For real. We want to ride out to your house, to your mom's house.
Get you a change of clothes.
Get you a change of clothes, and then
I
shoot
don't
back
want to stay
here.
here that long. I want to see my mom. Why can't I ride with you?
It's just what I was just saying. It's the
Why
procedure
can't I ride with
of
you?
well,
Okay,
it's the procedure.
You said I'm allowed to go anytime I want to, and then let's go. When we get there, I'll bag the clothes for you.
I understand that.
That unfortunately doesn't work.
I had to have the evidence technician meet us out there. It's the same as meeting in here.
Well, that's the
That's
problem.
the hard part right now is
Why?
getting the evidence technician, because the only way we could
Can't
really
they bag
do
it
it
at
by
the jailhouse and give me some greens and flip flops and let me go?
You're not under arrest.
I know.
I don't
I'm
want.
giving
I
you
don't
my
want to
clothes.
give
me
you.
something
I
to wear.
don't want to give you a jail uniform.
I don't
really
want
don't.
one either, but whatever it takes.
That's not appropriate. Yeah,
whatever it takes.
I know that. I mean,
it's
I understand you're
dragging out to
thinking.
7:00 now.
I
I
understand.
ain't seen my mom since they told us, which was what, 2:30, 3:00.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're right. Well, won't we do
You
this?
said I was free to leave.
You are.
No, you're absolutely right. We're not arguing with you on that point.
Then ain't somebody around here can bag these clothes?
Well, that's the problem. There's
Without
not, they're
making you
tied
naked.
Huh?
Yeah.
Not without
Well,
making
can't
you naked.
one of them meet us out there? The same as meeting us here.
Remember, we told you that they're still out at the scene where your stepdad
There's more
is.
than one evidence
Well,
technician in Jacksonville.
Unfortunately, they're not working.
There's about
tonight.
3 of them
That's-
out there working right now.
Yeah, that's-
But this is
we're
what we
having a
can try and
problem.
do.
And we're trying not to. I don't want to inconvenience you. I'm trying not to. I understand the
Well, it's
position
starting
that you're
to
in.
aggravate me
I
now because I
understand.
want
I
to
don't
be
want you
with
to-
my family.
I know, and I don't want you to be aggravated. That's why, we're hoping that we can get you some clothes and so you don't walk out of here in
You're
a jail
talking another
uniform.
hour or so.
How about we do this then? We'll let you go outside and smoke a cigarette. I'll call for a patrol officer because that is a cage car, and that's how they prefer. So when that officer gets here, hopefully you'll have your cigarette or two done by then. He can drive you out. Our plan is to go to the Master's Inn, and you'll just have to stand by with that patrol officer.
That's cool. You can sit there at my mom's with me.
And then
I ain't got a problem with that.
Okay, so
All right, we'll do that.
We'll
I don't
do
have a
that.
problem with
yeah, and so I'm gonna have this officer. You give me a second
But
so he
nobody's
can
got any
take it.
cigarettes out there.
I got
I
some.
didn't ask.
I got some. But
So-
let me get an officer to escort you through the building.
Robbie,
Yeah.
this is what's gonna even be better. An evidence technician come in to help another team.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna take pictures of you here, and then when that officer gets here to drive you out, we're gonna get your clothes out there,
Okay.
and then that way we won't require an evidence technician out
Then
there.
you through with me?
Huh?
Then you
No-
through with me?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Once we're
Let's
out
do
there,
that then.
yeah. Once she takes the pictures here, when the officer gets here, he's going to drive you to the house. I'll get your clothes out there,
Okay.
and then we're good.
Give them to
Make
the
sense?
officer? Or
No,
you'll
no,
be
no,
there?
no. I'm gonna go to the Master's Inn and shoot over to meet
So
you
when
there.
I get
and
there,
I'll
you're going
get
to
your
take them off
clothes.
and give them to the officer?
No, no.
Or wait till you get there.
Wait until you get there, and we'll take
Wait
them off
till
and
you
put them in
get
the
there.
bag.
Right?
Okay. Yep.
Or
We'll put them in the bag.
Well, when's the officer coming?
He's on his way from the Regency area.
Oh, man.
Okay. So he'll be here in 15, 20 minutes max. Hopefully 15.
Rob. You awake?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
You are? Okay. Alright, my name's Detective Baker. This is my partner, Detective Simpson. How you doing? Alright. You know you're down here because we need to talk to you about Roy.
No, I don't know nothing.
Okay, alright. Well, you talked to detectives a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Right? And we've been, you gave us consent to search your room, and you gave us your clothes, and we processed a lot of that evidence, and some more questions come up. But before we talk to you, because it's an official investigation that's underway, I've got to go through a rights form with you.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hi. This place is the Police Memorial Building, with PMB for short. Okay?
Yeah.
The date now is the 11th,
Uh-huh.
and the time now is 02:58 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
How far did you go in school, Rob?
All the way.
12th grade?
Yep.
Can you read and write?
Yep.
You on any kind of drugs?
Yep.
Okay, what are you on?
Xanax and alcohol.
When's the last time you taken?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock?
Yeah.
Midnight?
Yep.
Alrighty. Do you know where you're at?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Kinda, sorta?
Yeah.
Where you at?
In a room.
In a room. Do you know where the room is?
Not really.
Alright, you're at the police station.
Yeah.
You look at me in my eyes? Alright. You on any other kind of medication?
No.
No?
No.
No for mental illness or nothing like that?
No.
Okay. You done any
No.
Okay. What I need you to do is read this first line to me, and I'm going to read the rest of them to you. Okay?
No.
You read that first one for me?
You have the following rights under the United States Constitution.
Okay. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Do you understand that?
Uh-huh.
Is that yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you say can be used against you in court.
Right.
You understand that?
Right.
Okay. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and to have a lawyer with you during any questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Yes, you do?
No.
Okay. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. You understand that?
True.
If you do answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time and consult with a lawyer. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you sign right here for me? On that X? Robbie. Thank you. How much you had to drink?
Enough to make me pull over.
Enough to make you pull over?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we're here to talk to you about Roy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's now with everything that you've given us and with the processing, it's no longer a question of who. Okay.
Yeah.
But now, can you look at me for a minute? Now I'm going to be your spokesperson as to why.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen.
Big up in your family. You can't trust nobody, man. My mama knows. My mama and me are like this. But I'm saying, nobody. My mama's the one that was contacted.
Jackson.
But I'm saying, nobody. She's nobody. I
better wake up and
I
pay
know what
attention.
you're.
I'm listening.
We're on your way. We're on the way out to your house
Are you for what?
for your mom.
Well,
Did you hear what that said?
Did you just hear what you said about your mama?
You want to listen to it again?
yeah.
I think you need to.
That's all it is. You know why? That's all it is. You slap my old lady, you cross my. You slap my kids, you slap me, you cross the line. I don't give a who you are. That's the way it is. I don't care. I told you that night. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a.
Let's see. That's you in the truck
Yeah.
talking about killing Roy.
No. Remember.
You don't remember it? Bobby, look at me. It was a hell of a fight
What was?
with Roy.
What was you talking about?
You don't know what I'm talking about. You were. You don't know what I'm talking about? Talking about crossing the line with your family?
What you talking about?
Don't know what I'm talking about? You gonna leave your mom out like that?
You told me to listen to something. I don't know what you want me to listen to here.
You clearly say that your mama knows what happened and you knows what she did.
She's...
And actually, something about a contract, is that starting to help you some?
No, ain't helping me none.
Well, we'll see about that.
Nothing.
I don't understand how to get this to work without the...
What is this? Somebody wearing a wire or something?
You're starting to get smart, aren't you?
Hey, there you go. Catching on.
Where were you at before you ended up at that Waffle House?
Hey, my girl got my back. She already been downtown, locked up the whole 9 yards, still got my back. Still got my
Calico
back.
Jacks.
Right before that, that's where you left from? You left Calico Jacks and came to the Waffle House? You know how I know you're lying? Because I was watching you in the Winn-Dixie parking lot for over an hour before you went there.
What was this parking lot?
Bay Meadows and Old Kings.
You got out of the car, you walked around, I sat there and watched you.
Hey, but I'm dying up.
It's time to quit that foolishness. Ain't nobody gonna play you this time.
And you know what? I don't care how drunk you are, it's still admissible in court. It's time. It's time to come off. Huh?
How's it admissible in court?
Because alcohol's no defense.
You talking fine up in here. Now all of a sudden you don't got drunk in police custody?
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
I was drunk then.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
You weren't at Calico Jacks, you just lied.
No. Yes, I was at Calico Jacks.
I asked you, did you leave Calico Jacks and go directly there?
You can call Calico Jacks and you'll see how much I drank. I consumed quite an amount of alcohol. Quite an amount of alcohol.
Robbie, the thing is that you're jeopardizing your mom here.
What do you mean?
Because you just gave us your mom knew, put the contract out on Roy.
There ain't no contract out on anybody.
Huh?
Ain't nobody put nothing out on anybody. I mean,
so what did Roy do to you?
Roy ain't done nothing to me.
Huh?
I love Roy to death. Roy ain't done nothing to me.
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
We're past that point, okay?
No, I mean, you know, that's the way.
Because you know what? This thing here
Yeah.
ain't the only piece of evidence we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Because it was a fight. There was a fight. Because guess what happened in that fight? Guess what we found in Roy's hand?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
All right. Piece of head hair.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What you mean? Piece of hair there?
Yeah, well, you know, you donated, you consented, and gave up all that stuff.
All right.
Yeah, well, guess what matched?
I don't know.
Okay.
I hope your mama can do it like you can.
Yeah.
Do that time like you can. In 5 years, give that up, brother. Hope your mama can do them 5, because that's what it's about to be.
What?
And know what? You're not going to play me, okay?
No, I'm not playing you.
Yes, you are. You're over there playing drunk and you ain't drunk a minute.
No, I'm on Xannies.
Now you on Xannies. A minute ago you consumed a large quantity.
I did.
Yeah. But you know what?
What?
Yeah, like I told you, this is your time, man. This is your time. if you're concerned and you love your mama, you put your mama out there.
And your girlfriend. We're
And
about to
your
lock her
girlfriend.
ass up.
What are you locking her up for?
You said she knew too. It's very clear.
It's very clear.
You said they knew. We put them in jail.
What are you talking 5 years?
That's what you said. I'm not talking it.
No, what did you say 5
You
years?
said you could do 5 years.
Who said that?
Out of your mouth.
Out of your mouth.
Oh, it's crazy talk.
Yeah, because it is. Because it's a lot longer than 5
Don't worry
years.
about you. Can your mama do 5?
My mama can't do no time.
Well, she's about to.
She's
That's where we're going next.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You said she knew. She put the contract out. Let's just work with it like
I ain't
that.
said nothing like that. But anyway, I'd like to consult with a lawyer first. How about that?
Is that what you want?
Then we can talk.
All right.
I mean, does that make sense?
That's what makes sense right there.
What?
Right there.
What's that?
You did the right thing.
Yeah.
I bet you don't. That's what you like in prison to think about.
Robbie.
Yeah.
Stand up. Boy. Turn around, put your arms behind your back.
Okay, be careful because they
Yeah, I sure
messed
will.
them up earlier.
Sure will. You're under arrest for the murder of Rob Andrews.
Roy.
Roy Andrews. It's been a long night.